Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into an exciting restoration project, an old KTM bike that's seen better days and is now nearly forgotten. With time and creativity, we're going to give it a brand new look, restoring the rugged beauty and signature style of this legendary bike. Stick around as we take you through the entire process and reveal the key details that will bring this KTM back to life in spectacular fashion. First, we're going to start by disassembling all the parts of the bike. This is a crucial step in the restoration process because it allows us to thoroughly inspect each component and determine what needs to be repaired or replaced. From the engine and frame to the brake system, and even small details like lights and wheels, everything will be carefully taken apart to ensure we don't miss any hidden issues. The disassembly process requires patience and precision, as every bolt and part plays a role in keeping the bike running smoothly. Some parts may have rusted or become damaged over time, so separating them might require special tools. Now, let's dive into the process of dismantling each section of this KTM and see how we'll handle each step along the way. After disassembling the entire bike, we'll focus on the engine. This is the heart of the machine, so inspecting and restoring the engine is one of the most crucial steps. Every component of the engine, from the pistons, cylinders, and camshaft to smaller parts like gaskets and valves, will be carefully taken apart to thoroughly assess the condition of each piece. Once the parts are disassembled, we'll use a specialized cleaning solution to wash every engine component. This process will remove all the accumulated grime, grease, and rust that have built up over time. After cleaning, we can evaluate which parts need to be replaced and which ones can be reused during reassembly. After the cleaning process is complete and all engine components are spotless, we'll move on to the next step, repainting the entire engine. This not only gives the engine a fresh and appealing look, but also protects the metal surfaces from rust and corrosion in the future. We'll choose a high-temperature resistant paint suitable for the engine's operating conditions. The painting process requires precision and attention to detail to ensure a smooth and even coat. Let's follow along and see how the engine of this KTM will look once it's finished. Once the paint has completely dried, we'll proceed to reassemble the entire engine. This is a crucial step in the restoration process that requires precision and patience. We'll start by placing each clean and repainted component back into its correct position. Reassembly isn't just about putting the parts together. We need to ensure that all screws and bolts are tightened properly to guarantee that the engine operates smoothly and safely. After completing the reassembly, we'll thoroughly inspect every detail to ensure that the engine has been fully restored and is ready for the journeys ahead. Next, we'll move on to cleaning the bike chain. First, we'll use a specialized solution to clean the chain, removing all the dirt and grime that has built up over time. Once it's clean, we'll use a sandblasting machine to treat the metal surfaces, removing any rust and restoring the chain shine. Finally, to bring back its black color, we'll soak the chain in oil. This not only gives it a refreshed look, but also protects it from external elements and enhances its durability. Let's follow along and see how the chain cleaning and restoration process unfolds. The bike frame will be thoroughly cleaned to remove all dirt and rust. Once it's spotless, we'll proceed to strip off the old paint from the frame. This step is crucial because it allows the new paint to adhere better and creates a perfect surface for the painting process. Once the old paint has been completely removed, we'll apply a fresh coat of paint to the frame. We'll choose a color that fits the style of the KTM, ensuring that the frame not only looks great, but is also protected from the elements and environmental damage. Let's follow along to see how the frame transforms after this process. Next, we'll focus on the wheels. First, the wheels will be thoroughly cleaned to remove dirt and rust. This process is essential to ensure that the whole surfaces are clean enough before we move on to the next steps. After cleaning, we'll strip off the old paint from the wheels. Removing this paint will allow the new coat to adhere better, giving the wheels a perfect appearance. Once the old paint has been completely removed, we'll apply a fresh coat of paint to the wheels, restoring their color and protecting them from external elements. Let's follow along to see how the wheel restoration process unfolds. Next, we'll focus on the water jacket. This is an important component that not only helps cool the engine, but also affects the overall performance of the bike. First, we'll disassemble and clean the water jacket to remove any accumulated dirt and debris. After cleaning, we'll inspect the condition of this part to see if any components need to be replaced. If necessary, we'll proceed to replace any damaged parts. Once everything is ready, we'll repaint the water jacket to give it a fresh and durable appearance. Let's follow along as we restore this vital component. The fairing will be thoroughly cleaned to remove dirt, grease, and any signs of damage. This step is crucial because a clean surface will enhance the effectiveness of the subsequent restoration steps. Once it's clean, we'll use a sanding machine to strip away the old paint from the fairing. The sanding machine will efficiently remove the faded and peeling paint. After the old paint has been completely removed, we'll inspect the fairing surface to identify any dents or imperfections that need to be addressed. Next, we'll use filler to smooth out these areas. The filler not only helps conceal defects, but also creates an even surface ready for the next step. Once the filler has dried, we'll use sandpaper to smooth the fairing surface. This process is essential to ensure a smooth texture, allowing the new paint to adhere better and achieve a flawless appearance. When everything is ready, we'll apply a fresh coat of paint, giving the fairing a vibrant and eye-catching look. Let's follow along to see how the fairing of this KTM transforms. After finishing the restoration of the fairing, we'll move on to the other components of the bike. First up is the braking system. The braking system is an essential part that ensures safety while riding, so we need to thoroughly inspect components like the brake discs, brake pads, and brake lines. If we notice any signs of wear or damage, we'll replace them immediately. Next, we'll check the suspension system. The suspension directly affects the ride comfort and stability of the bike. We'll examine parts such as the shock absorbers, springs, and joints to ensure everything operates smoothly and shows no signs of leakage. Finally, we'll check and refresh components like the headlights and handlebars. The headlights must be in good working order to ensure safety when riding at night. We'll clean them and replace any bulbs as necessary. The handlebars will also be inspected to ensure that all buttons and switches function correctly. After completing the restoration of all the components, it's time to reassemble the entire bike. This is a crucial step in the restoration process that requires carefulness and precision. We'll start by installing the frame, then add the engine components, followed by the braking system, suspension system, and finally, the fairing. During assembly, we need to ensure that all screws and bolts are tightened correctly to guarantee that everything operates smoothly and safely. Particularly, Checking the connections of the electrical system is essential to make sure that all lights and switches function properly. Once everything is assembled, we'll conduct a comprehensive inspection to ensure that all parts are installed correctly and operate normally. This will help ensure that our KTM not only looks great, but also performs effectively. Finally, we'll start the bike to see how everything runs. Let's follow along as we go through the assembly process and the final steps of this restoration project.